Hello guys! In this short video, I will share one of the main engine alarms I had encountered while the main engine is running. Currently, our ship is running at a speed of 12 knots with 86 RPM. This is the Alpha Lubricator HMI panel and always in automatic mode. If you notice, the mark or trigger failure red LED is active. We can press the scroll down button to check what is the alarm. Now, we can see the alarm is alarm code 43. Let's check here in the Alpha Lubricator alarm list what is the equivalent for alarm code 43. So the alarm code 43 is equivalent to marker failure BCU pickup number 2. BCU means backup control unit. This pickup sensor is fitted in main engine flywheel. I will show you where is the exact location of pickup sensor, but since our main engine is running, we need to wear some air protection. The Alpha Lubricator system is normally timed to inject cylinder oil into the main engine piston pack during compression stroke. The main engine flywheel is in the tank top level of engine room. This is the main engine flywheel running in 86 RPM. Two backup pickup sensors are fitted. And if you notice, one sensor has flashing amber color light which is normal during running condition, but the other sensor has no flashing light at all. So now, we have idea what is the root cause for our Alpha Lubricator alarm code 43. One sensor has no output signal or no flashing light, but we cannot touch it for the moment because the main engine is running. If in case both pickup sensors are flashes but alarm code 43 is still active, you can check the power supply of 24 volts BDC at BCU terminal box. These are the other pickup sensor which give signal to monitor the engine RPM. I can further discuss about this sensor in later part of this video, so please watch this video until the end. The Alpha Lubricator BCU can be operated with only one pickup sensor. Failure of one sensor is not critical and can be checked or replaced when convenient. So we are going to check and rectify this alarm code 43 when the vessel arrives in port. So now the vessel is anchorage area and the main engine was already secured. We have a chance to check the flywheel sensor. For safety reason, always put a tag or signage, do not operate on your main engine telegraph. For the inspection of flywheel sensors, we need to engage the main engine turning gear. The turning gear is composed of main starter panel, remote control, electric motor, and a huge gear that used to engage to the flywheel to easily turn the flywheel during engine preparation, repair, and maintenance. To easily check the pickup sensor fitted on the flywheel, we need to operate this turning gear in a head and astern position. This is the flywheel, and look how big each flywheel teeth or flywheel gear. So please be very careful during working in engine flywheel sensor. I don't have any spare sensor at the moment, but if you will read the maker's manual for Alpha Lubricator, the first troubleshooting guide for alarm code 43 is to check the clearance between the pickup sensor and the flywheel. The sensor gap is to be adjusted to 3 mm with tolerance of 0 to negative 1 mm. This is the gap gauge, which is also similar to filler gauge or thickness gauge but with longer leaves. The leaves are made of tempered steel and have a thickness mark on each leaf. Using one or more leaf of this filler gauge, we can have a total of 3 mm thickness of this measuring device. In checking of gap between pickup sensor and triggering mark, we need to repeatedly slide the filler gauge in between and make sure not too loose and not too tight. After we confirm that the clearance is 3 mm, we can also double check the input voltage in this BCU terminal box. As per electrical drawing, we should have a 24 volts DC in terminal 1 and 2 for pickup number 1 sensor and 24 volts DC in terminal 4 and 5 for pickup number 2 sensor. Now we are confirmed that the input voltage is normal, the sensor gap is normal, and all connections are properly connected. All we have to do is to wait for the next main engine running operation. Now we are at sea. The main engine is currently running full ahead with 80 RPM, but unfortunately, the alarm code 43 is still present. Meaning, the pickup sensor is already defective and need to be replaced with new spare. We are expecting to receive the new spare sensors once we arrive in port, and then we can replace the defective pickup while the ship is still in port. Now we have received the new spare. I'm going to replace both pickup sensor. So first, disconnect all the connection, but make sure to make a proper label in each connection to avoid wrong connection during rewiring. Again, we need to use the main engine turning gear to easily dismantle the defective sensors. While I'm replacing the sensors, I will give you additional information about pickup sensor. The pickup sensor or proximity sensor are basically metal detectors. They are used to detect the presence or absence of metal without physically touching it. This prevents wear on the unit and gives the detector the ability to sense red hot metal. There are various types of proximity sensor: inductive, capacitive, ultrasonic, and photoelectric. The inductive proximity sensor used to detect metal by means of electromagnet, and this is the type of proximity sensor we use for our main engine flywheel. The capacitive proximity sensor is used to detect any object like paper, glass, cloth by means of electrostatic field. The ultrasonic proximity sensor is used to detect any object like echo sounder by means of sound waves. And lastly, the photoelectric proximity sensor is used to detect any objects by means of modulated light signal and can even detect a specific color. Now we are done installing new sensors and just a final test and visual inspection of indication lights. These newly installed pickup sensors are already upgraded design and smaller than the old sensor. So we are finished. All we have to do is to wait for our departure and observe the outcome of this troubleshooting. The vessel is now start of sea passage and our main engine is running with 91 RPM. And there is no any abnormal alarm. The marker failure red indication light totally disappear. Our main engine is running in normal condition, meaning the fault has been rectified by replacing the sensors. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Until my next troubleshooting, goodbye!